No, not those. The other
Looking
cans.
great.
Yep. She knew. We didn't. I'm good.
I'll go get mine.
Okay.
Do I need a hat too? I have a hat.
Do you have an extra pair?
I wish I had a hat. I wish I brought a hat with me. You gotta be cool. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's what we're all about here, professionals.
John, there might be.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Rawk Radio, episode 24. This is your host, NPR. We got John, co-host as well with us here tonight.
Thank you, yes.
And he decided to join us once again. And who else is here with us?
Also, John, Doc Sleep.
Doc Sleep, baby. Doc Sleep is in the house. Yes. And we have an incredible guest tonight. Someone that I've known in the music scene now for a while.
2015.
15?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And you have just been crushing, taking names, playing stages all across the land. Just in my heart, honestly.
DIY
Queen scene.
Sam Larson.
Like totally just crushing. Because you're back in 2015, I just remember bill after bill after bill after bill after bill.
I had a problem
Bill
back
after
then.
bill after bill after bill. That's right, you've seen it. Sam Larson of Bloom. And now, Sam Larson Soul.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, thank
And
you for
I
having
love seeing that you're still releasing music under that name. You know? And your name too. It's great. So welcome.
Thank you.
Such
Thank
a pleasure
you for
to have
having me.
you.
Thank you for the kind words. And
Yeah.
it's great to finally be here.
Yeah. When did we officially meet? It was at a show, right?
No,
or was
you-
it Cole's?
You played at, I think the first show Bloom had at Bric-a-Brac. We got on the bill with you. It was
Oh my
Norwave
gosh!
and
Bric-a-Brac
Rat Hammer.
Records!
Yeah.
Oh
That was when I first met you.
That is
Pretty sure.
so awesome. And that did you guys release the self-titled at that point, or was it a little bit before?
It was a little
that
before.
it came out.
It was a little before because
Yeah.
after the self-titled, we did some shows. And
Shout out to Bric-a-Brac.
Yeah,
They're
shout
still-
out.
Yeah. When's the last time you played? Bric-a-Brac.
years ago. I
Yeah,
can't even
that was
remember.
that was a fun little. This is not working out. That was a fun little sesh though that they had. All yours. Like
Yeah.
the day of, like just hang out and play
Oh,
and,
it was so
and do
much
the
fun.
live.
All their shows.
Yeah.
Like, it was a blast. You'd get there in the afternoon, you'd hang out,
Yeah.
see your people come in.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
So good times. That was the official time we chilled. How far back does music go for you? When did you start creating? When were you interested in actually songwriting? You know, because where does it all begin for you?
That's a good question. I think it's about, any artist, they're going to have like some sort of different answer, but it's always interested.
We've never had that conversation too,
No.
because it's always been like, hey, who's got the next round?
Right. Yeah. Right. But I think I was like about 5 years old.
Wow.
I remember walking in. My dad always used to have the radio on, He's like an old hippie. And I heard this song, "One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line." And I thought it was so cool. It was the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and I started singing along with it. My dad walks in. He's like, "Don't sing to that song."
You're way too young. You're way too young.
Like, stop doing
Wait 20 years.
So I think that was like the moment it started. But yeah, I always loved listening to the radio, just like trying to sing along to it. And
That's so badass.
yeah. That's,
5 years old.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
That is, yeah.
I don't know.
Was there always music playing in the house then?
oh yeah, my dad always had the radio on.
That's great.
Yeah.
When did you buy your first instrument, or when was the first instrument you learned?
First instrument I learned, I learned how to sing first.
Oh,
So I was in the
no
choir.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in the choir for a few years when I was in grade school.
When did you join the choir?
First round was the year 2000.
Oh, cool.
And then I stayed in it
Was
for a
that
couple
like
years.
elementary school towards the end? Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I did that for a few years, and I got vocal lessons at the Old Town School of Folk Music. I think I
nice.
started doing that 13-ish, and that's also when I started playing guitar. So
Were you doing the V show at that point?
the V show?
The talent show or whatever?
Oh
Did they do
yeah,
those?
yeah. That happened later. Like I did the teen open mic thing at
Yeah.
the Old Town.
So you joined the choir, just started singing. Obviously, I can only imagine what your pipe sounded then. I mean, there's amazing now.
Probably really high like
Oh,
this.
it's amazing.
How's your falsetto?
Used to be better, but
When did you get your first guitar then?
13.
Cool. And where did you dive right away into songwriting, or what kind of took you on the journey of actually songwriting?
You know, it's really funny that you asked that question because I remember.
I'm just super curious about that because, like, someone your level of skill with songwriting, just like everything you've done with Bloom and your solo stuff, is just so unique and very thoughtful, and just I'm always
thank
been
you.
blown away by your talent. So I really want to get into like what and why you started. You know? And,
Yeah.
like,
Songwriting itself, I think it goes back to first grade. But I didn't know, I wasn't like classically trained, so I didn't
Yeah.
know how to write down the concept of even writing music.
Yeah.
But I'd write lyrics in a diary, and then I'd write out ba-doom, 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 in hopes that I would remember what I was thinking. But
Did it
I
work?
was, no.
It still led to songwriting, though. So
tried. Yeah, I was
something
trying.
worked. Something worked, you know?
That's awesome.
So yeah, I've gotten better.
Yeah,
I'd like to think.
What was your first, like, did you have a band in high school? Or did it go from playing guitar to, like, when did Bloom start?
Bloom started, well, it was first like a solo project,
Okay.
and I recorded all of that with the help of Chris Kramer of the Lemons. Shout out. Yeah, he recorded
Shout out
me.
to Lemon. Shout out to Chris, yeah.
What's up, Chris? And he recorded me in his basement, just on a little like 8-track machine thing. And it was really cool. It was a really fun experience, and he was really helpful in kind of just giving me the confidence, like, no, you can play all of this yourself. You could do. You don't need
Yeah.
a band. You already wrote all the song parts. Like, it's fine. And then
That
just
is
kind of
so
putting it all together.
Was that the first time you tracked your own songs?
one of the first? I
One
think
of
with
the
the
first.
first
Cool.
successful time.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Was Chris running that out of Animal Kingdom at that point?
No, he was running this out of his apartment in Logan Square.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Man. And that was, how many tracks did you do for that little piece?
9 tracks.
Nice. So you just went right into it. That's great. That's awesome.
Well, I mean,
Very cool.
to be fair, I did have half of those songs like already recorded with another guy, another engineer, but I didn't like how it came out, so I was just like, I'm just gonna re-record it.
That's so cool. And through Chris, did you find some of the musicians in Bloom, or how did Bloom kind of come to be?
I did. So I put out that record, and then I just put it out on Facebook or something, just like whatever, here, listen to it, it's fine. And then I got contacted by Dark Circles,
Yeah.
and Chris Lee and AJ, and they called me over. They're like, we really want to put out this record on tape. And I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. And then somebody was just like, hey, you should play at Bric-a-Brac and
Yeah.
have a release show because, yeah, like, do that. And I'm like, okay, I guess I need a band. So then
Was that Adoration?
this was a little before Adoration, but yeah, it was like getting up to
Gotcha,
that.
gotcha,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, and then I put out a Craigslist ad, and that's how I found Joseph. And then
Craigslist.
Yeah.
It used to be a
Craigslist could
spot
go a
for
long way,
musicians.
man.
Yeah. I wonder if there's still musicians on Craigslist. Should we look for a drummer on Craigslist?
You can. There probably is, honestly.
That's so wonderful. Well, hell yeah. Bloom today still holds up. Anyone listening, please go check it out. Bloom, BLOOM. You've had that, what was fucking 2015, you were releasing music under that, right? Because I
Right.
just checked today, and there's like 5 or 6 now.
Of blooms.
Like bloom
Yeah, I
bands.
know.
Like they're just like, yeah, it's just, it's so funny.
You know, it's funny. We actually got into almost a tiff with another band named Bloom from Champaign, and they had a show at Shuba's, and we thought we had the show at Shuba's.
Oh my god.
You should have just showed up.
No, we did. We did. It was so
to the stage.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. So you lost that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they bought us like food and drinks though, so that
Oh,
was cool.
cool. Yeah. When blooms
And,
make peace. Yeah.
The last Bloom album you did was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that was who was that recorded with?
That was recorded with actually Watson, the drummer. You know, like he recorded most of that on his. He had a tape machine at the time, and we did some extra mixing with Buffalo Bill at Treehouse. Yeah, Bear.
Shout out to Treehouse and
For some reason I thought cowboy
Buffalo
hat.
Bill, dude. Hell yeah. Butterscotch Bill. That was it.
That's what I was
Shout out to
yeah.
Butterscotch, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bear is great, man.
Yeah, he's really on it.
He's came up on the cast, obviously, multiple times. He just because the first time we ever worked with him was way back in the day when
In
it
his
was still,
basement,
it was called
you know.
Chump Records. Or Chump something. Good times.
Chump Studios?
Chump Studios,
Yeah.
baby. Chump Records, Chump Recordings.
I'm using
But
an
it's
old
came a long
phone. I
way.
got his number saved in my old phone.
Yeah, let's call him up.
That's probably an old number.
Yeah, good old Bear, man. It sounds great.
Thank you.
And what was the last Bloom show that you did? Did you guys do like an official blowout, or was it kind of like, hey?
I think, well, it was kind of like in the middle. Like, we knew it was going to be the last show, at least for a while.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I think that was like, I want to say 2018. We did it at Hostel Euphoria.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
R.I.P.
Great,
Hostel.
great spot.
A lot of places went under, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad.
All right.
I'm hoping there's
Does-
still something left to play at, you know, like the little ones. You know,
Yeah,
the little
there's-
dive bars.
yeah,
Those are,
the deep-
remember Moe's, you know, like
Yeah.
the
Well,
so
Mose is still
we're-
there, I think.
Oh, is Mo's
Is
gonna
really?
survive?
I think Mose is still there.
Oh, oh, who? Hang in there. Let's go to Moe's.
Tomorrow, man. But great stuff. And I don't know. Should we share the exciting news? Or are we waiting?
Sure. I mean, why the hell not? We are here.
Live, so let's do this. Go ahead. Bloom.
So I'm getting the band back together.
The band is going to be back together.
Wow.
This is incredible news.
What's the first
This
step?
is,
What's going on? Are
20
you making music? Are you guys?
We're playing some shows this summer.
playing some shows. Yeah.
You know, if we can come up with a new song in like a month or whatever, like great, like we'll put it
I know that
out.
you have stuff lined up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's exciting. When are you gonna drop? Okay, guys, is this the drop? You gotta.
This is the drop. Is this the first time you speak of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is awesome.
Yes.
Heard it here, Rawk Radio, episode 24, baby.
Bloom is playing some shows.
Oh yeah, we're playing August 20th at Hideout. That is a Friday.
And the Hideout at one moment was like kind of struggling. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
places were struggling. So that is super cool. That's going to be a great place
I'm so
to
excited.
jump back into.
Oh man.
August, what?
August 20th.
August 20th. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there, absolutely.
Please,
That's gonna be
please.
great.
I'll get you on the guest list.
VIP list.
Yeah.
We'll be there. Absolutely. That's fantastic, Sam.
I'm
Very
really
cool.
excited. We might have another show planned at VCR on the 28th as well.
VCR is getting back loaded,
They're
ready
getting
to
back.
go. Is Chris still over there just
Oh, yeah.
slaying? That's great.
Chris is going to throw a show
Shout
every
out to
fucking
Chris,
weekend.
baby. Chris Lee, baby.
Chris Lee!
Slaying, taking names. Have you seen Marine?
Not recently. I think I saw Marine briefly a few months ago.
Cool.
But yeah, it was like
Shout out.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen. I cannot wait to just see shows again and just see bands, live music again.
Ready to get
Just
sweaty with
super
all these
excited.
people.
Absolutely.
Always fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
So this year, It was like a year. It's been a year. But at the beginning
What, we're still
of
in
this
2019,
year,
aren't we?
it was kind of like,
Yeah, isn't this
holy
just a
shit,
bad
where
Black
are we?
Mirror
What's
episode?
going on? And things were like up and down, crazy roller coaster. I was having nightmares. John was calling me at like 3 a.m. telling me
God.
about his nightmares. It was a little bit like, what is going on? Where are we? I had a job, so that was good. This guy was playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great Monopoly player. But all of a sudden,
Get a
out
lot of
of
houses.
the depths of just kind of like, sadness and a lot of things going on, I all of a sudden saw Sam Larson starting to release music. You released like these singles off your Bandcamp that were so fire.
Thank you.
And I remember just like buying them right away because I
You
was like,
did.
these are fucking fire.
And it helped me out
And
so
I
much
was
because I
like-
had no money at that time.
I was like, these are, but
Thank
they
you.
were so good. And I was like,
Starving
where
artists,
is this
yeah.
coming from? And it was a different approach from what I was used to. But the songwriting was epic. And then this year, boom, you released the whole EP or
Yeah.
soundtrack. When did that stuff start?
Oh, the stuff from this year?
The Sam Larson stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I guess it was like around the time where I felt Bloom was just kind of taking a backseat more, and I just, but my first solo release was like a single, and Nate Amos helped to produce that. It was "Fall in Love Tonight," and that's a fucking banger.
There it is.
Yeah.
Dystopian Sugar.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked on that.
Dystopian Sugar, go listen now. Masterpiece.
Thank you. Yeah, I put that. That's kind of like a hodgepodge of all the songs that were on my computer
January 9th.
from 2020.
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that kind of just like fell into place throughout 2020, and then you.
Do you think this pandemic affected your songwriting at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because like I wasn't working. I was literally just like holed up with my partner at that time, like every day, and wasn't a lot going on. And I feel like the process for Dystopian Sugar was different than every other release I had because I like working fast as an artist. I like writing a song, recording it as soon as possible, getting it out as soon as possible.
Sounds like Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, I just was really impressed with the whole piece, overall, and just like excited because when did like the kind of the more pad stuff and electronic feel? When did you start kind of messing with that?
Oh, for sure. I think sometime in the spring of 2020 is when I actually got Ableton for the first time. So
Nice, Ableton, baby.
yeah, that's
All right.
an Ableton record.
What were you
Nice.
using before then?
To self-record, I think it was like a ghetto like Reaper program on my laptop, and that's why all my
Dude,
recordings
Reaper,
before
hell yeah.
that.
Sounds like my gear. Yeah.
But yeah, Ableton, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Like so good for that. So I learned how to do that, and a couple of tracks on there were more like guitar based. Hope is a 4-letter word was probably the track that came most quickly. Sometime in September of 2020.
Cool.
But everything else was just kind of pieced together.
And
but
as
Ableton's
far
fun
as some
like
of
that.
these collabs, when with
David
Trigo,
Arias,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trigo?
Trigo.
Trigo. Cool. When did those songs come to be? Or was that kind of just like
That
sending
was...
files back and forth? Or was it just like, hey, let's...
Oh, no, because we lived together. He was my
Ah,
roommate.
hell yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So it was like him, my partner, and me living in this basement in Logan Square losing our minds. So
Shout out to Losing Your Minds. Hell yeah.
So-
it happens,
my partner was out of town at the time, my former partner, and it was like January. I was like really kind of down about it, and me and David were just like, yeah, you want to like just jam on some songs or whatever, see what happens, and
Sick.
I'm like, yeah, sure. And he's like way better at producing than I am, so I think the best track was
Sick
People Like
Nasty,
You.
man.
Yeah.
Those songs are groovy as hell.
Thank you.
One song in particular that I listen to on repeat and just like am in awe. Girls on Screen is just like such a beautiful track. And I was actually wanted to ask you like, how did you write that song, or how did that come together?
Obviously it's a very personal track. I was spending a lot, like I said, like I'm spending a lot of time with my former partner. And there are just moments, and I think this happens like with any relationship now, especially in the modern age with like the phones and the TVs and the
Scrolling.
computers. And hi. There are points where it's like, oh, you'd rather go stare at some girl on a phone on a screen when I'm right here. And so I was kind of like examining like, well, why is that? Like, why do we have like this kind of like obsession with digital voyeurism nowadays,
Oh, yeah.
So that was me thinking about that. It's like, yeah, it's just us and all the girls you look at on screen.
That song is fucking deep, man.
Thank you.
And it's beautifully written. Like, I wasn't actually exactly sure what you were talking about, but it's just overall just beautifully written. Felt it for sure. So
Keep it up, dude. Like, all your songs are just like kicking ass. And
just like, what was the funnest song to put together on that, the last piece?
It's definitely People Like You.
Cool. Are you going to be releasing any more Sam Larson stuff, or?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's I already got another album.
So you're already
based
locked
on-
in.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Keep
don't
it coming.
doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that one
Yeah.
bit. That's fucking badass. Cool. Well, round about this time, we break away from the
Just in
old
time.
table,
Yeah.
and we create a song. This is Rawk Radio. We're gonna rock the fuck out. We're gonna make something happen.
All right.
And then we'll come up and do the roundup. Thank you so much for being here, Sam. And
please, everyone, go check out Sam Larson's music right now. Totally worth your time.
And Bloom is back.
Bloom is back, baby.
Bloom is back, baby.
And what? And frick, August.
August 20th at the Hideout.
Yes, baby. Hideout.
Righteous.
We'll be there.
Woo!
See you there.
Thank you.
Rock on.
I could drive 1,000 miles, boy, but would you even be at home? I could call you, find your latest haunt. I think I'd rather be alone. Ooh, you'll get lost. Ooh, I'll get lost, boy. Nice knowing you, but I can move on. Ooh, you'll get lost, boy. To break 1,000 hearts and line. It doesn't matter to me, you're no longer mine. I could write a song, would it make you cry? Or am I the one losing out this time? I said, ooh, I'll stay lost. Ooh, I'll stay lost, boy. It was nice knowing you, but be lost now. But ooh, yeah, stay lost, boy. Ooh, yeah.
Hey,
How's it going?
Welcome to the
Welcome
Roundup.
to the Roundup, Rawk Radio, episode 24. And rockstar, DIY, shy, killer, B, Sam Larson is in the house.
And that was amazing. We
That's
just
a beautiful
put
Made
together
a beautiful
little
track. Yeah, what's the name of it?
composition.
Stay lost.
Stay Lost. Yes. I'm going to take that advice.
No, it's not. It's not about you. Don't worry. It's not directed towards you.
Stay lost.
Did you just compose the lyrics on the spot?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean they're probably not the best, but we're having fun. We're jamming. We're just
exactly.
together,
That's the
you know?
nature of the
Beautiful.
show.
I thought it was
Meant to be.
beautifully composed. I really like the lyrics. Just on the spot, really. Just like that.
There's a lot of
That's amazing.
similarities between you two as songwriters. You guys are
Yeah.
really good on the spot.
Yeah.
Your
Both have
process
bands named
the
Bloom.
same.
Yeah.
Right.
Was
There's a lot of.
Different
you-
spelling though.
Yeah.
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 Do you usually songwrite like on the spot, or do you pen and paper it ever?
Oh, I pen and paper all the time.
Okay.
All the time. I mean, usually. I mean, it depends. Like sometimes, like a melody or like a line will come into my head, and that will happen on the spot. But then I'll work around that. And then some songs, it's like pieces happen, and like a line would work here, but maybe it works better here, or is like slightly different. So it changes with each song. Like songs are like little fairy children in the wild that like come and you have to figure out the best way to send them out into the world.
Does it usually start with the lyrics or the chords or a melody?
Like sometimes, usually for me, it's like a melody or like a chord structure that'll happen first, and then sometimes it's lyrics, and sometimes the lyrics will come in first, and I'll just like write it down, like, oh, that sounds clever,
Sounds good.
I guess.
No, that's awesome. I mean, when I thought of this podcast with John and when we got the idea, it was initially to just like talk to people about songwriting and talk to
Their process
musicians
and-
or artists in general and the creative process. And like I said, you were one of the first people that came to mind because I've always loved your songs, and it's just interesting to just hear like you break it down and how you
And
go
also
about
be
it.
a part of it too. That's another good thing
That's
about the show.
that was
Just
so
flat
magical.
flat.
I loved seeing you just work and just like you're super quick. Like I feel like we could
That
have
was
recorded
immediate.
a lot. We could have done an EP. I mean,
could.
like who knows?
Honestly, yeah.
Seriously, that was badass.
But you guys were so talented and ready to go,
We got to get Mike
That's
in on it
badass,
too.
and we
'cause I'd
really
like to hear
want
you two write a song together.
Once we get a drum set, that would be badass.
We will.
Once we get a drummer back in the house, we want to get it so it's just like the drummer's ready to go, everything's mic'd up, ready to go, and
They make it more lucid.
you're the first official guest in the new room.
number
So
one.
this is it. This is Rawk Radio's official. We're gonna have to blooper. We're gonna have to take that out.
Sorry.
What? Which one?
Well, maybe should we? Should we let people know what room number it is?
Oh no, you could just bleep
Yeah, we'll
it.
blooper it out. Yeah. It's just funny because when we had 19, it was like a week later, and we got the boot.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is the first ever official episode in the new room. So thank you for blessing the room, Sam.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Really set the bar high. I don't know where to go from here.
It did, seriously. When do the melodies come to you? Is it something you find yourself humming, or is it does it come into your head first?
Yeah, it comes into my head first, and then, usually my test is like, if it stays in my head, that means I gotta get it out there because that's, I'm not good at contriving melodies usually. I mean, my thing is I listen to a lot of music. I'm listening to music like constantly.
That's awesome.
It's like it's bad. It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
But usually, I'll listen to like lately. I've been listening to like a lot of Liz Phair, a lot of like Tori Amos, a lot of Bjork. Just kind of trying to combine those influences into something a little different.
Yeah. And when those ideas come to you, you referred them to like fairies in a way, or like ideas or whatever. Do you immediately try to do a voice memo, or would you rather wait to get home?
I do a voice memo. I do voice memos all the time. All the time.
That's cool.
If I don't do it, I forget.
That's a plus side to voice memo, I guess.
We were just
'cause,
talking about that while recording this song. 'Cause what was I just playing?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I remember, and I'm sure you have before too, like back in the day, maybe you play a couple chords and then you would think, oh, maybe I'll keep that and return to that and actually flesh out a song.
Right.
But now it's like with your phone or like having an idea, you could kind of capture it right away.
Oh, it's really, it's so helpful. Yeah.
It really is. And I think it's interesting to kind of just roll tape or just like record on the spot and see what comes up.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Has Bloom ever done that, like with practices and stuff? Were you guys recording them, or were you?
Sometimes I would record it on my phone, just
cool,
to like
yeah.
hear exactly what everybody's doing, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a phone, so
Yeah,
it's not going to be like great audio quality, but just kind of like keeping track of those ideas. And then playing it a week later, like, hey guys, remember when we did this? And sometimes it would stick, and sometimes it wouldn't. That's fine. But I think it's so helpful to record stuff on the phone. However, I will say this: lyrics I would never type on my phone. I'm very particular about that because
Why not?
I think just for me personally, I retain information better when I write it down.
Oh, yeah.
Like
definitely.
I remember it like a lot better, and also I just think there's something pure about pen to paper.
Absolutely.
For lyrics, at least.
Wow, yeah, that's badass.
It's like the way you write it too.
Yeah. And then sometimes I'll get stuck on a lyric and I'll just start doodling or something just to like keep
Helps you
it
get to the
flowing.
next
Get the juices.
Which way do you prefer? Do you prefer writing solo or with the band?
I love playing with the band. I love jamming with the band, and there have been a couple songs that it's like we had a jam session, and we're like, oh yeah, let's
shout out
make
to the
that
band. By the way.
Shout out to Bloom. You guys are the best. Watson, Kyle, Alex, Mike. Thank you.
Hell yeah!
See you at the hideout, baby.
See you at the hideout, baby.
Yeah.
No, but the guys are great. They're so talented. They're so cool. They're like my guys, my dudes.
Yeah.
I love them. But most of the time, I'm writing solo, and then I'll
Sick.
present it to the guys, and it's like, oh, that's cool, or well, I don't know.
That's awesome. Do you like writing in living rooms, bathrooms, outside?
I'll do it
cars?
wherever.
Do you like candles?
I do it.
Is there an approach or
Wherever. It doesn't matter to me.
Cole's bathroom? Fuck it.
I was like, voice memo. Let's go.
I have done that at Kohl's before in the bathroom. I had like an ideal
Great ideas come at Coles, man.
They're doing lines in the bathroom stall next to me, and I'm like,
Shout out to the owl, man.
I'm probably thinking this is the soundtrack of my life.
you get a little bit of the nose sniff in there too.
Yeah, good times, man.
Shout out to Cole though.
Yeah, Cole's is awesome.
Yeah.
When's the last time you played Cole's?
Oof. Jeez, I don't know. Probably 2018 also.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2017.
Cool.
I'm not sure.
Is there anything else lined up for Bloom or just the hideout as of now?
It's the Hideout and a VCR, I think, on the 28th of August. And I'm also playing with a band called Everyday Specials.
Everyday Special.
Everyday Special.
Shout out.
Awesome.
We're playing a show at Reed's next Thursday.
How long has that group been going?
Like a month, or at least I've been in it for a month.
What sort of music is that?
It's kind of like garage, surfy, like poppy stuff.
Okay.
Me and Tara are in it. So if you're familiar with Peach Fuzz, you'll probably like Everyday Specials.
Nice. I'm excited. That's great. I'm very excited to hear that as well. And I'm just excited I'm so stoked that you announced that on episode 24 here at Rawk Radio about
fuck yeah.
Bloom. I can't wait to see Bloom again, just, for fun and just for, man, good times. Seeing you guys back in the day always blew me away. And just like, remember the auxiliary lounge?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I've seen some magical shows. With Bloom at the Auxiliary Lounge. That place was so tiny and intimate.
It was cool, though.
Like,
it was really cool.
It was groovy. So what are the plans for the rest of the year for you?
Mostly just record, play as much music as possible.
Yeah.
I'm saving up all this unemployment money that's coming in now.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna see if I can try to, move out of my parents' place. And as for everything else, I'm just gonna keep that under lock and key for now.
Stick in the Shy for now.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what's going on.
Have you ever considered I'm gonna go to the desert, or
I actually did.
I'll go to the North Woods, or
I did that last year, February 2020. I went down to Texas.
Ooh,
Nice.
Wow.
And then
nice.
I had a gut feeling. It was like I was there for 5 days, and my mom called me. She's like, "Your dad's going to the hospital," and I'm like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And then my mom was like freaking out about coronavirus, and this is before March, before it really hit. And then I was just like, "I'm just gonna drive back to Chicago."
You drove?
Wow.
You drove down to Texas
I
at the
drove
beginning of 2020?
How'd that
And then
Sam, that's awesome.
and here's the funny part. And then on the way back, my car breaks down.
No.
Wow.
What are
Yeah.
you driving at this
I was
point?
driving. Well, I don't drive anymore, but I was driving. I mean, because the car got towed, I couldn't bring it back, so it's gone. It's in Texas.
All right,
It's in Kyle, Texas.
All right, Texas car in the junkyard over there.
You didn't even
So
make
how'd
it
you
out
get
Texas.
back?
I managed to beg my grandfather to let me stay at a hotel nearby for like the night, just so all of my stuff was there. And then after that, I was able to get on an Amtrak back to
Amtrak.
Chicago.
That's the train.
Nice.
Yep.
Texas.
Yeah, good stuff.
So that must be quite a journey. Yeah.
Oh, it was.
During all of that.
You heard it here
Yeah.
first. Amtrak is the choice of transportation when it comes to Sam Larson. When it comes to gear, though, what do you like playing as far as axes?
Ooh, okay. So my standby is usually like with my electric guitar. I got a '66 reissue Fender Baby Blue Mustang,
Oh, wow.
made in Japan. That's my boyfriend. I don't have any other friends anymore.
Well, that's all.
You don't need one.
That's all you need. Yeah.
That's all I need.
He don't talk back. He sings.
Wait, what?
He said he don't talk back. You know?
He doesn't talk back. He does what I tell him to most of the time.
Wonderful.
He's always there, and he's never gonna leave me.
Right.
How long have you had that X?
Since I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah. I
A
love that
legacy
guitar.
piece now. That you got to keep it forever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that one, and then for my acoustic, I have my Blue Ridge.
Where'd you get that puppy?
Both of these guitars, I got the Old Town School of Folk Music in Lincoln Square.
Great
Where
place.
you took lessons, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I've been going back there for various things for years. You know.
When it comes to pedals, are you still messing around? Do you mess around with pedals?
Oh, I
a lot?
love fucking pedals.
Where
your
do you
favorite
usually?
pedal?
Yeah.
Right now, I really like this. I have this big muff, the green Russian.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how it's different from the
The fuzz
regular.
pedal?
Yeah. I don't know how it's different from the regular green muff, or big muff, but it looks sick, and it's like it has this weird Russian
Absolutely.
lettering on it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, cool. Like,
Thinking about
Sweet.
getting that. I have a metal muff.
okay,
Just
cool.
for, it's metal fuzz.
Yeah.
But that Helix over there does pretty much everything I want it to do.
Oh shit.
It's a
okay.
multi-effects pedal.
It's like the robot on the floor.
I'm gonna take a look at it when we're done.
It's
Sure,
really
yeah.
cool.
It's awesome. It's incredible.
What was the first pedal you had?
Ooh, man, I'm trying to remember. It was probably like something cheap, like the.
Mine was like a
Remember
boss
the Mega
distortion.
Distortions, the
something.
orange
Oh, I'm
one,
sorry.
those
Yeah.
bosses?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Those are good though. For the
Those were
price.
funny.
Yeah.
Those were groovy.
I was just
For,
thinking
or
about
they
my
were,
first
they
pedal.
were, like you said, for the price, they held up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What about keyboards, pads, anything, drums? Are you gonna be asking Santa for anything this 2020?
Oh, I'm always asking Santa for something.
I love it. That's great.
Sorry.
No, it's great, man. It's gonna be a white Christmas.
well, we'll see. But anyway, right now I got I like the Alesis Micron. I had that synthesizer for a little while. That was
Sweet.
cool. Yeah, it was like a nice little, 200, 250 value, like, a little synthesizer that's like a foot long or something.
That's nice.
It's,
Cool.
It's nice, yeah. It has lots of bells and whistles and stuff. Right now I just have I think it's a MIDI. I can't remember what the company name was right now. But
Just
that's
a
what I'm
little
using
MIDI
for
controller?
pads, yeah.
That's enough. Like that, that'll get the job done.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, Sam Larson, go check her out.
You SoundCloud too, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I'm on Sound. I should probably post on that more. Bandcamp's the one.
SoundCloud. Well, the links will be below, as always.
And Bloom is back.
Bloom is back.
Woo-hoo!
You got on obviously Spotify, all streaming services.
yeah.
It's great. That's like a thing now. It's like, remember, I think back in like 2014, 15, like not everyone was still putting it out on like all streaming services. I remember I still have tapes, like your tapes.
I think
I remember because even Bric-a-Brac, shout out to Bric-a-Brac again, tapes, like you just buy the tapes.
Yeah.
And that was before like Spotify really kind of just was like, whoa, like it was all, I've always liked Spotify, but it was like, now it's like, if you don't have it up on Spotify, it's like...
It's like you don't exist, yeah. So you have to do it, but at the same time, you're not making any money off of it, so, whatever.
But everyone, please go check out Sam Larson. Go check out Bloom, streaming now. Click the link below. All fire.
And Sam, as far as like, anyone looking, like new artists, fresh artists, people out there in the scene, any words of advice or like you would give to anyone starting out or trying to start a band or songwriting in general?
I'd say just like whatever is in your heart, like whatever like you feel like the world needs to hear, like that's what the world needs to hear, And fuck everybody else who's like, oh, don't do a band, blah blah blah. And fuck them, do it.
That's right.
Excellent advice. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, get it done.
Everybody, Sam Larson here, blessing the new studio here on Rawk Radio, episode 24. We'll see you all at the Hideout on August
20th.
That's it.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone, rock on. Good night. Peace.
Woohoo!
Just play everything together. Let me see if I pick it up.
I could cry for years. I could give you karaoke tears, but I won't know. Move on, yeah. Think I'll get lost instead. Ooh, yeah, get lost. Ooh, yeah, get lost, boy. I could break 1,000 hearts if I wanted, but I won't. Better than that, I just want someone to take me away. Ooh, I'll get lost. Ooh, I'll get lost, boy. Ooh, you'll get lost. Ooh, you'll get lost, boy. I could drive 1,000 miles. Would you even be home, boy? I could break 1,000 hearts in line. Would you even notice, boy? So ooh, I'll stay lost. Ooh, I'll stay lost, boy. Find somebody else I can come across. Ooh, I'll stay lost, boy. We had our time in the sun.